Right, welcome back everybody. Another video on the Civic. This time we're really excited to bring you to the market the new 30-month IGL Quartz coating. This has now got our infinite graphene system in it. Extreme ease of use, extreme hydrophobics, an absolute joy to apply. We're going to run through an install with you today and quickly just show you everything that you get within the box. So you'll have probably seen in the first video we done a wash and decontamination on the paint. We have done a single stage everywhere on the car with IGL F3. However, unfortunately we just never had time to film it with everything that was going on. So this is IGL Quartz. It's literally just landed in the UK. I think we're probably the first country to have it. So I'm really keen to get it on and get it applied, show you guys how to use it. So in the 50mm kit, you will get a pouch with all your applicator cloths within it, some stickers, warranty stickers and cards. You'll obviously get your 50mm of the coating. You'll get a bottle of IGL strip, which is just our pre-coat solution. On this vehicle, we've been round it twice. We always go round the vehicles twice with a strip, just to make sure we've removed absolutely everything we can from the paint so we get the perfect bond for it. You also get a set of gloves and a couple of spray heads as well. So this coating has anything between an 8 to 12 minute level time on it, so it's extremely easy to apply. How we tell it's ready to come off is literally when we get a little bit of resistance from the cloth when we're removing the coating. So what I'm going to do is run through an install with you to show you how we do it at HQ, so that you can do it either at home or you can do it in your part of your valeting and detailing business. This coating can be used outside. It is water safe after 4 hours. And it fully cures overnight in 12 hours. However, if you were looking to, that was a close one, if you're looking to apply this outside, simply apply it and then wait an hour, put a little layer of our IGL enhancer over the top, and then you're pretty much good to go from there. You don't need to worry about any water spotting issues while it's curing, etc. This being reinforced with infinite graphene as well has got extreme resistance to water spots. So what I'm going to do is set my timer on my phone for 8 minutes, and I'm just going to start applying the coating. I appreciate you're a wee bit far away, so you're not going to be able to see exactly how the coating goes on, but just to show you how easy it is, used a little bit more coating to begin with just to prime our pad. These are available in our shop as well. We just find them a lot easier to use than the applicator blocks, just so we can fit them pretty much anywhere that we want to. The applicator blocks are quite firm, whereas these are just sponge, so we can mould them into any kind of crevice or any area that we want to. A little bit of product goes a very, very long way, as you can see. And it's really, really slick to apply. You don't have to fight it when you're applying it. There's no pressure required whatsoever. Nice, easy on, and when you feel it start to drag a little bit, that's just the time where you want to just go back and top up the coating a little bit. One tip we have, our coatings, this one in particular, it's 80% solids. Now, that's extreme when it comes to when coating companies always like to say, oh, it's high solids. The closest one in the UK to this is 66%, we're at 80%. Now, it's not that big of a jump in numbers when it comes to solids. It really, really is. It means that a lot more of what is in this bottle is actually working for you, as opposed to just being a carrier system. So basically, when it's in the bottle, we need a carrier system to move it, and we need a system to be able to get it to flash off. We've got quite an innovative system that we're able to do it and get things as high solids as we possibly can, giving you the best possible bang for your buck when it comes to coatings. As you've probably seen from the wash video, it was a 1-year coating that we'd put on there, and at 1 year and 6 months it was better than most coatings brand new applied. So it's really, 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 really worth the technology to get as high solids content as you possibly can. Another tip, always just keep your thumb over the top of the bottle. As soon as the coating starts to come into contact with oxygen, it will start the curing process. So we want to avoid that. So even if you want to just keep going back to your trolley, or if you're at home, if you've just got a little table or a desk, just make sure and constantly pop the lid back on it, just to make sure that we're not getting any curing within the bottle. And from there, it's literally a case of continuously just topping up the pad, making sure that you're not getting any drag when you're applying it. I'm just putting 3 or 4 little drops on every single time that I'm going to a new panel or a new area. It's perfectly safe to use on headlights. It's perfectly safe to go on plastics as well. The coating itself, it's going to hold its hydrophobics for the 30-month period. You might notice that some of the kind of other companies, the testing that we do is vastly different. So you'll see on a lot of our products we'll mention TUV testing, and we'll also mention that the products are built to ISO standards. Now, all that basically means is we're trying to give you as much trust as we possibly can in our systems by putting them through testing that nobody else puts them through. It's something we take extreme pride in. Yes, it costs a lot of money to put through the testing. Yes, it takes a lot of time. It also means when you're bringing new products to market, you can't do it anywhere near as quick as anybody else. So it does take longer. However, you get basically exactly what you pay for. There's no smoke and mirrors. There's no bold claims just because somebody in the company sticks it on their car and drives it around for a week and says, oh, it's quite good, so just slap a 1-year warranty on it, we'll be fine. That's not how we work. You can imagine working with some of the biggest companies in the world. There's no way that you can get away with that sort of thing, so not something we're interested in. So this coating, it replaces what was the old IGL Quartz, which was basically similar to this. However, it was a 2-layer system, and it was built on the fundamentals of just ceramic instead of graphene. So that coating was a 2-layer system whereby you'd add 1 layer, you had a 12-minute level time, and you then pop a second layer on around 2 hours later. Now, was it necessity to put that second layer on? No, we had really good results not putting it on. However, building a system that's fully built on 1 layer is massive for everybody, to be honest. It takes away the stress and strain of absolutely everything, and it means that for actual businesses, valeters, detailers, you can be extremely efficient instead of having to wait to put second layers on things. So that's how easy it is to apply that. I've got 2 minutes spare. One thing to watch is to make sure that you don't have any excess coating on your fingers. So I'm just going to quickly go and wipe that off while it's curing. And you'll notice, you might not see it on camera, but I struggle as well because this vehicle's blue. However, most coatings you'll determine whether or not something's ready to remove by the flash. What I mean by the flash is when the coating starts to turn blue. Now, straight away that coating has flashed, so to speak. However, all this is just a film that's built up on top of the actual coating. The coating itself is still bonding at that point. It's just a protective layer that if anything lands on the surface during this cure time, it's not going to affect it. So when we're doing our level, we always recommend 2 towels. And the reason for that is, one, it's a high solids coating, so you're going to be removing more. So if you're using a single cloth, it's going to clog up a lot quicker. If you're using 2, it means that your first cloth can take off the majority of it. The second cloth is there to level the actual coating. So we call it breaking the membrane. So the very first cloth will simply break the membrane of the flash point that's on the coating. The second cloth is what we'll use to come back to actually level the coating perfectly on the surface. So again, you can use 1 cloth. Personally, make your life easier and you'll see how easy it is. Basically, as soon as we level this, you're going to get, straight away you'll get your gloss and straight away you'll get your slickness. However, the hydrophobics take that 4 hours to come to fruition. So you're going to need to either have the vehicle covered so it can't get wet for the 4 hours, or you can go around it with a layer of our hybrid quick detailer called Enhancer. If you do that, it basically means that the vehicle can get wet. The enhancer has a sacrificial layer over the top of the quartz, protecting it while it's going through its cure. Now, after the 4 hours, perfectly good to get wet, perfectly good to drive. We do advise that you don't wash the car for 5 days. It takes 5 full days for the coating to fully cure, and that's to get to its optimum performance. The best way to speed that up, or the best way to get that to as close as we can, is to use the car. So heat cycles, when the bonnet's heating up from the engine, the exhaust, the back bumper, being outside in the sun, using the vehicle speeds up that process. So please don't be worried about using the vehicle if you're coating it at home. Simply leave it overnight and then you're good to go in the morning, or if you can't leave it overnight, 4 hours is perfectly sufficient. So that's us at our 8 minutes. So cloth 1. Literally, you'll notice there's no scrubbing or anything here. It's just a light drag over the surface. Now, I've got a tiny bit of resistance there, but nothing bad whatsoever. And all I'm looking to do is just to remove that top membrane. Now, that membrane's totally gone now, and I can see the coating underneath just sort of kind of looks like a mirror effect, so the light's jumping around. At this point, we grab our second cloth, and I would take a little bit more care. So me personally, I like to just do small circles over it, making sure that I'm going over the edges of the panels that I've moved it onto with the initial buff. Just going round everything, small circles, just make sure that we're getting all the coating instead of just moving it around. Again, having high quality cloths will massively help. So that is literally at level. Now you can see there's next to no effort there whatsoever. The slickness is straight away there. And the gloss, although it's on this side, you probably can't see it, is massively up as well. And just work in sections. So half the bonnet, do your initial level. Just removing that top membrane. Again, you just want a very slight drag. You'll see a little bit of streaking, a little bit of mirroring on it. Second cloth, come back, small circles, no pressure whatsoever, just let the cloth do the work. I think we're sitting roughly 16 degrees in here. Humidity will be about 60, so you can take a gauge off that. We have pushed the coating to 12 minutes, however we would advise that just to play safe at home, start with it 8 minutes, get your confidence up and work up from there. So there we go, it's half of it done. You see how easy it is to do it, how quickly you can get round a car as well. The thing that takes the time is the prep. It's not the actual coating itself. The coating itself is obviously the most expensive part probably for you to buy. However, it's the part that's going to protect your car for years and years to come. So this has obviously got the usual UV protection. It's got extreme hydrophobics, meaning your car's going to be keeping a lot cleaner for longer. You'll notice as well your maintenance time for how long it takes you to wash the car is, you know, if you were taking 2 hours, you can pretty much cut it in half. It's really easy. Things like fallout, things like tar, etc., you'll find it a lot harder for those to stick to, so you don't need to worry about decontamination washes as much either. Once a year, personally, is what we do with our cars, and they're absolutely fine. As you could have probably seen by the previous video, you can tell the coating, although when we done the initial rinse, it was still beading. Once we'd done that decontamination wash, it was as if it was just applied, and that's because the coating is doing its job protecting. It's just there's some things sitting on top of the coating which we need to safely remove. So the coating's doing everything that it can. So, and this one is a 30-month coating as well. Price point, what we're looking at is trying to keep it under £80. It will be live on our website probably when you get a look at this, so it's iglcoatingsuk.com. Feel free to get a look. A 50mm kit, just to put everybody's mind at ease with it. Personally, we will get 4 vehicles from it. You've seen use next to no product there. It's high solids, we don't need to put a thick layer on. The minute that coating touches the surface, it's starting to do its job. Every part of that coating is there to work for you, as opposed to the coatings that are lower solids where we need to apply more of it to get it to do its job. That's not the case here. We're not providing you something low quality. This is the highest end that you can possibly get. Certainly from my knowledge, there is no 30-month, 2-year, 1-year coating that's anywhere near 80% active material in it. So let the coating do its job for you. Don't worry about, see a lot of guys online doing the old crosshatch pattern and working it in. It's not required, it's a complete waste of time. The minute that product touches the paint, the bonding process has begun. You don't need to be mucking around with working it in section by section. See a lot of these guys doing tiny little sections of a bonnet, completely inefficient, and it usually means that the coating is not a high solids coating as well. We don't need to work it in. Get it on the surface, get it as even as you possibly can, give it the 8 minutes, level it off after that. It's an extremely easy process to do, and I think in the past, high solids coating certainly, I know IGL had a name for being, the professional only type product that you couldn't use. This is how easy it is. I could quite easily get my wee nephew or something to come and do this, not a problem whatsoever. It's extremely easy. The skill is obviously in the prep for how good you want to get the car before it. For us, a decontamination wash at an absolute minimum. Personally, I would always want to do at least a single stage of polishing to the car. Not so much even as the paint correction side of it, to take away swirls and scratches, but more along the lines of just deep cleaning it. And if you weren't really confident in doing anything with an abrasive polish, like an enhancement with like our F3 or F2 polish, which is an abrasive, we have a product called IGL F4. What that does is a non-abrasive deep cleaner that you can work in by hand, or you can either work it in by machine. As long as you do your 2 strip wipe downs after it, because it will leave some filling capabilities on the paint, as long as you remove them with IGL strip, that could be your alternative to actually polishing the car with an abrasive. So if it's something you want to spend a little bit extra time doing, definitely have a look at IGL F4. You're not going to damage your paint in any way. There's no abrasion whatsoever with it. It's literally just deep cleaning the paint before you go to put your coating on. As I say, please make sure and do 2 strip wipe downs with the pre-coat solution following you doing it. But if you do that, you'll be absolutely fine. I don't know roughly how long it takes to level, but as you can see, it literally is a quick wipe to break the membrane, finish off leveling it, and job done. I think we'll have probably got round the car, and if you cut out all my blabbing, probably 15, 16 minutes, something like that, to do a front end. So it's probably the most intricate bit of the car as well. The rest of it's going to be a lot quicker. So you're talking 40 minutes to get round a full car doing it this way, so it doesn't take long whatsoever. If you've got a garage at home as well, perfect place to be able to do it. If you're a mobile valeter or detailer, again, this is a product that we think you should really be having a look at. What we're going to do is go through a full first wash with you. Just so you can see basically how we wash them to begin with without any of the decontamination stuff, but also just so you can see how it performs with little effort of application like this, just how powerful the coating actually is. Give it its time to cure. The biggest issue we find with people who've tried IGL is simply just not giving it enough time to bond, and it's not really their fault. They come from a background of kind of high solvents coatings that flash off really quickly, lower solids, so they are in fear as soon as they put it on. So I hope this video, if nothing else, simply just shows you that sitting it on the surface for 8 minutes is not going to do you any harm whatsoever. And I think this will probably be the first or second vehicle coated in the world in this product, so it'd be good to get a little video showing you exactly how it is to clean. But I'm sure you'll agree, gloss is up, slickness is up massively. The colour change on the panels is pretty evident for me as well. We've darkened this right down, and that's the infinite graphene system working. From now, what we'll personally do, we'll leave this overnight. We'll get it straight out of the unit, get it driving about, getting it used. If it was you at home, a couple of options are, if you can leave it overnight, pop a layer of enhancer on in the morning, that's absolute optimum. You can't get any better than that in terms of protecting the protection. If you are mobile, you need to get to your next job, something like that, move on to wheels, glass interior, give it the hour, get a layer of IGL enhancer over the top, job done again. Or if you're working from home, if you're just looking after your car enthusiast, want to give your car that little bit more protection than anything else, if you can get to the 4-hour mark, stick a layer of enhancer on there, leave it overnight, again in the drive, good to go in the morning. But if you're ever in any doubt, little layer of enhancer over the top will protect anything that can happen. We're in the UK, it can rain at any minute, so that's the best way to do it. But that's a little tutorial. So it's IGL Quartz infinite graphene system. It's a polysiloxane and graphene mix, which probably means nothing to you, but it's all the clever ones at the R&D department have came up with this. It's 30-month durability. Kits we have just now are 50mm and 100mm. 50mm is going to get you 4 cars, 100mm, obviously, round about 8 cars. Price point, looking to be around £80 with it. As I say, everything you need comes in the kit, applicator blocks, pre-coat solution, and that was just a little tutorial of how we install it and how it looks, following levelling. Thanks very much. The next one we'll see is probably a first wash video. Do a first wash video of it inside, show you the beading, show you how slick it is. You'll get to see the mitt basically getting rejected, the shampoo coming off, everything like that. So we'll leave that for now and get it out in the morning, and then probably see you again in a week or 2 weeks' time where we get the first wash in it. Thanks, guys.